Hey guys, welcome to another ServerMiner plugin tutorial. I'm your host LTJim007 and today we look at the Tranquil Zone plugin. So as the name would suggest, this plugin allows your players to create a little zone that they can customize, such as a world guard region, where you can change the flags, you can make it peaceful, you can make sure people can't get into any of your chests, and overall it's a really fantastic plugin. So I have an example here. This is a Tranquil block that I popped down, so if we right click it, we can see there's a handy GUI. Currently disabled, so we can click this to enable it, and then there is a really handy particle effect which is going to show you the area that it is affected. Now on the right we can change the sphere radius, so if we left click this and put another number in chat such as 15, we can expand it that way, which is pretty handy. Obviously you don't want to make it too big, that could cause lag. Down at the bottom we can add players. Now no one else is currently added, but we could left click this, type someone's name in. Obviously Steve isn't a person on my server, but that is a way that you could add your friends so they could use stuff in the zone. Up at the top we can get rid of the particle effect. If you get sick of seeing it or don't want it for whatever reason, you can remove it, and then obviously you can enable it again if you want to see. And then over on the left we've got these sphere flags, so we can turn off building, yes or no for other people. We can allow people to open chests, and then we can enable and disable PvP. All very handy things that you might not want in your little peaceful Tranquil Zone. Now it's a pretty straightforward plugin, there's not too many commands. If we do / Tranquil Zone admin and then give block, that is going to give our Tranquil block, and what we can do is just go literally anywhere, place it down, and then this is what it's going to look like by default. I think it's a radius of 10, and then obviously you can start customizing it from there. Now hopefully this plugin gets more updates in the future with more features. It'd be cool if you could pay to increase the size of your radius, for example, and then if you don't want it anymore you can obviously break it. So that's how it works in game. Let's head over to the config and see what we can do in there. And here we are in the plugins page. So if we go into Tranquil Zone, there's a few files. If we go into zones, this is just going to list all the zones and the owner and the various flags. So you don't really need to edit that. You can obviously do it in the GUI in game. We've got the language files. This is what is going to appear in the GUI and in chat. And then the config is basically empty. You don't need to change that at all either. So here we are on the spigot page. You can see it's updated from 1.16 to 1.21. It's a relatively recent plugin, so hopefully it gets more updates with more features, but these are the main ones it has at the moment. And if you need a server to host it on, check out ServerMiner.com for the best and cheapest hosting around. That's it for me. Subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you next time.